Hey guys, welcome to my corner of the internet. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience with draining and how all of it went. I get this question a lot. How long is it? What to expect? Stuff like that. So I'm going to hit all of these points. I have notes. It's going to be a long video, so go get a snack, get a drink, maybe a meal. But yeah, let's get started. So training for me was 6.5, basically 7 weeks, because you fly out the day before and you kind of get settled into your hotel room, and then the following day you have training. Some things that you should pack that I didn't think about packing, well, I did think about packing, but my friend told me to pack. She worked for another airline and she's like, hey, pack these things. So definitely like a notebook, a pencil or a pen, and a folder to put all your papers in, because they do give you a manual that you can kind of study off of, but I personally like to take notes and stuff like that. Also, take laundry detergent like the little Tide Pods or something, because you're going to have to do laundry when you're there. And quarters, because they don't have a quarter machine, and then the front desk ladies at the hotel kind of get irritated because we're always asking for quarters. The hotel that I stayed in, they had just like one laundry machine area. It was one washer and one dryer, and everybody and their mom literally like fought over this washer and dryer. So keep that in mind. Oh, and fabric softener. You want to carry like either flip-flops or like something to wear in the hotel room, because you don't want to walk around barefoot in hotel rooms. Unless that's your thing, then do you. I'm not trying to stop you. But yeah, you'll want something to walk around in the hotel room. You can bring your laptop or tablet, like whatever you want. I do better with notebooks so I can remember what I'm learning. But they also tell you if you bring in like a laptop that they might not have enough outlets for you to like keep your laptop charged. So that was something that I just didn't want to deal with. Your company will tell you what their dress code is, so follow their dress code. Mine was really strict. Like if your pants were too tight, like you're gonna get a write-up or get in trouble. I'm not really sure what happened because I never got in trouble for my uniform. Again, I like my clothes bigger, so didn't have that issue. But a nice, like just a small tip when you're packing, because you don't want to pack a whole bunch of shit with you. For your professional days or your business casual days, I just wore my in-flight shoes or my terminal shoes, so that kind of killed like two birds with one stone, because at the end of the day you still have to bring your in-flights and your terminal shoes to get okayed by the uniform lady. Elizabeth thinks I should talk about this lady. So we called her the scary lady. Sorry, that was my little brother. We called her the scary lady. I forgot her real name. She just had so much power and like control over us that we were just like so scared. Like she was the lady who was gonna send you home. She's the lady who's gonna check your uniforms and do all of these things. She was really nice, don't get me wrong. She was just scary because you're just like, oh my god, you have all the fucking power, lady. And it got to the point where so many people were so scared of her that like if they saw her walking like down like this way and you're walking this way, they would turn around and go the other way to like avoid contact with her. But again, I'm not really a troublemaker, surprisingly, and I didn't have an issue with her. But oh my god, she like, there's not a lot of people that scare me in this world. I'm not even scared of my parents. I know I'm Asian, like I should be afraid of my parents. But yeah. Just a heads up, I don't know if other airlines have somebody like that, but she's like in charge of the training center. Supplies to bring, like I said, notebook, pencil, paper. Oh, you want to carry index cards, because especially for like first aid and stuff like that, you want to do index cards, like so you can make flashcards. I brought them just because I'm extra like that. But yeah, that came in handy. And a lot of people did bring backpacks, but they bought really big like purses and totes. I brought a backpack. So that was just easier for me to put like all of my training things into every day, and I would just go to training with that. Like your toiletries, obviously during training we have to have our hair like slicked back like this. The girls, we would all joke around and said we look like boys with makeup, like slicked back, like no flyaways, nothing. So if you have an issue with like little baby hairs and stuff, you have to pack gel and bobby pins and hairspray, like whatever's good for you. I personally don't like hair products in my hair, so if I just like slicked my hair back when it was wet, thank God it would just like kind of stay like that. So there's that. Oh, and don't forget to bring a refillable water bottle because, I mean, at my training center, they charged you for water, but then they gave you free soda. This is why America has obesity issues. Just kidding. So I think I went and I bought a water bottle and I just started refilling that, and I still use it to this day. Do I? No, I don't. I don't know where it is. I lose water bottles really easily. And a big question is, how do you guys eat during training? In our hotel rooms, we had a mini fridge, like a little fridge, and you have a microwave. So you can go and like buy food. I think with mine, like every Wednesday nights you could like, after training, you could sign up to go to Walmart and the shuttle would take you to Walmart. You had like an hour and a half to get there. Like they give you an hour and a half to like shop and then they would bring you back. I didn't do that. I would just kind of go to Walmart or Target whenever I wanted with like either my 2 girlfriends or my roommate, and we just made it easier like that. And my roommate and I really got along, so if one of us was going and the other one wasn't, we'd be like, hey, do you need anything? And we would pick up gallons of water there also. Another thing that you can do that I saw a lot of people doing was they would just get their water bottles and then just refill it in the gym area because they have water at the gym. And my friend Jane actually told me to do that, but it was just a lot of work for me to go downstairs, fill up my water bottle, bring it back up. Like, it's just easier to buy gallons of water at a time. All right, my experience. Like I said, I work for a major airline, for an American airline. My training was 7 weeks long. For most of American airlines, they can be from 4 weeks to, I think ours is the longest, is the 6.5 weeks. Some pay, some don't. Some feed you and some don't. Like mine, we got a per diem of $20 a day and we got paid every Wednesday, I believe. That's why they sent us to Walmart every Wednesday. And we got breakfast and lunch, and then dinner we were on our own. So breakfast was at the hotel, they fed us, and then at lunch it was a hot lunch or just sandwiches. And trust me, you think McAllister sandwiches are good? No, you get sick of that shit. Like, hella sick of that shit. So, but again, we were grateful that we were even given lunches. I know Emirates, they will pay you the salary without the per diem, but then you're on your own for food. And then there's other airlines where they don't pay you or feed you. So we were very grateful that we got fed. And then dinner we were on our own. So again, you could go buy food at like Target, Walmart, or whatever grocery stores that they have, and you can kind of stock your little fridge and eat. My roommate and I, and Jenny and I, we did Uber Eats a lot, or we would eat at the hotel because they had like a little dining area for us to eat at, so that's what we did. Oh my gosh, okay, so these are things that a lot of people don't know. So you do have a curfew during training, and you have to, it's like curfew, lights out, and you can't be on your phone after a certain time. And they check that shit. They check your key cards, so make sure, like my roommate and I kept our own key cards. I don't think ours ever got swapped, but they check what time you're tapping into your hotel rooms. Like, they check that shit. They're not playing with you. During that 4 to 7 weeks that you're in training, like, be on your best behavior because they don't play. Like, I've had classmates getting sent home for things because they were breaking rules. So I believe our curfew was 11 o'clock. No, our curfew was 10 o'clock, no phones after 11, and then lights out was at midnight or something like that. The rules could have changed, I don't know. I'm just telling you my experience of when I went. So that was really big. Again, my roommate and I didn't really like leave or like go out and stuff like that, but that was the rules if you had class the next day. If we didn't have class the next day, there were like no curfews or anything like that. Also, during my training, I was going to vlog a lot of it, but we weren't allowed to have our phones. You are in a secure building, so you badge in and out, or there's a security guard at the door and they make sure you have like your little badge. And I forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so you can only have your phones in certain areas, and I would only text during certain times. So it's like you would have like a portion of class and then you had a 10-minute break where you could be on your phone, but only in certain areas. Then you'd have class again, and then lunch you could have your phones. So for me, it just wasn't worth, like, can I be on my phone? Can I not be on my phone? Like, is it a good time to be on my phone? I just wasn't on my phone during training unless it was lunchtime. And I think I was on my phone once during break, and that was after we got our bases assigned. So I was like calling my mom. All right, so again, my training was 7 weeks long, 6.5 weeks. I don't know if I want to go over the curriculum because it's probably changed, because I know they're pumping out like all these classes right now. But for us, like, week 1 was intro to the company. We got our links, which are our manuals, and then like general aircraft, where you learn like the general things about the aircrafts, and then we kind of went from there. Okay, so week 2 was our standard operating procedures, also known as SOPs, and our FARs and FAAs and stuff like that. Our week 3 was our ABA briefings and I believe first aid. And then week 4 was our evac week, which is our most stressful time, because that's really what we're on the aircraft for, is for safety. But it says CPR and sickness. I don't know. Something like that. First aid was either 2nd or 3rd week. I want to say 3rd. I could be wrong. But yeah, you have to pass CPR. And then week 5 is aircraft transition week, and you learn an aircraft every day, and then you test out on that. And if you don't pass, you go home. So week 5 was probably the week that most of us were stressed out about, besides evac week. Week 6 for us was intro to service. We learned how to do economy service, first class, and then first class Polaris service. And then we also had our training flights. And then I believe week 7, we had our IOEs, finals, and graduation, which that like all kind of bundles up kind of fast. And then you get your actual airport, or your actual, what is it called? Work badge, like the last day of class, which is, was it the last? Yeah, it was the last day of class, like the day before graduation. And then the day of graduation, you get to meet the union, which was kind of fun. Okay, so part of training that everybody always wonders is, how do you get back and forth from the training center to the hotel? And your company rents like these big ass buses, like they look like Greyhounds, but they're not Greyhounds because they don't have restrooms, and it's not the Greyhound company. Anyways, and then you have a pickup time, so then you know what time you're starting that day, because you have like your itinerary and your calendar for the whole training period. So if we had a 5 o'clock wake up, like a 5 o'clock pickup, 5 a.m., yeah, things like that happen, guys. We would have to wake up at like 3 or 4, get ready, and be down at the bus, because the bus is leaving at 5. Not at 5:01, 5:10, whatever, around 5. No, it's leaving at 5, and I've seen people get left behind. So get your ass on that shuttle, because they're not coming back from you, and if you Uber over, they know. Like, they're watching. It's like fucking Santa Claus, where Santa's watching you all day, every day, seeing if you're being good. That's training, okay, you guys? I'm not being dramatic. Like, seriously, I saw a girl go home right after our links because she took it into her hands on going back to the hotel room. It would have just been better for her to say, come to the training center, talk to somebody, and then they would have like either given her a loaner link or something. But because she left the training center to go back, she got sent home. At least that's the story. Like, I don't know. I really kept to myself, so it was just like telephone. So you go to training for 6 days, you're off for 1 day, and it's not like you're off every Saturdays or every Sundays. They have their whole curriculum built in. So on my days off, what I would go do was I wanted a hot meal, a hot Asian meal. So me and 2 other Korean girls in our class, because our class was like 80 people and we got split in half, but we were in group A. We would Uber up to Chinatown, eat something hot, pick up, and then go to the Asian grocery store that they had up there. And we would come back by like 7 or 8 and Uber back. And I have a couple pictures. I'll post them here or put them here. And that's kind of what I did on my days off, unless we had evacs the next day or like our ABA briefings or something like that. Like if it was like a stressful thing the following day after our day off, we didn't. Oh wait, no, that's a lie. After our evac drills, we got out early because I was group A. I think we got off at noon. So what the girls and I did was we studied together and we practiced our evacs, and then the next day we hung out in Chinatown, and then we came back we hung out in Chinatown, and then we came back early, and then we ended up doing evacs again together. At least Jenny and I did. Yejin didn't want to do evacs with us because she was just over it at that point. But yeah, that's what I did. A lot of people in my class would party or hang out at the pools and stuff like that. But again, I'm kind of shy, and I don't know, I'm good with just like keeping to myself and keeping like, and just hanging out with like a few people. That's just who I am as a person. So yeah. Roommates. So during training, you will definitely have a roommate. When you're on the line and you're flying, you never have a roommate. You'll never share a hotel room with somebody unless you want to. But they supposedly strategically put us with our roommates, and you're not allowed to like switch roommates. Yeah, their strategic method is alphabetical order, girls with girls, boys with boys. That's just kind of how it is. And as people get sent home or fail or whatever it is, they start combining people together. And I think towards the end of it, they're just like, fuck it, whatever it is, what it is. You will never get placed with a roommate from a different class. So if you're like class 01, you won't have a roommate from class 02 or 03 or something like that. It's never like that. You'll have a classmate in your, or you'll have a roommate in your class. So that's something that you don't have to worry about. But yeah, I think that's it. This is such a long video. I'm so sorry that it's this long. But yeah, it was just something that people always ask about, and I saw that there wasn't anything on there. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.